part 3 of Romans chapter 1. In part 3, I'm going to be going over verse 12 down to verse 17. Paul here is going to be talking about your dedication, why it's important for your dedication. And he's also going to be separating the people. And that's a tough thing to do. But he's going to weed out bad fruit from good fruit. And that's what he's actually speaking of in verse 12. I'm sure the people don't really understand what he's saying, but he has come to mature the good fruit and to weed out the bad fruit. In verse 12, he says, that is, that I may be converted together. It means to mash. It means to commune together with you by mutual faith, both of you and me. Now, so this is the subject that he's just got into, right? And what he's offering is the spiritual gift. And if they desire that spiritual gift, then he's going to pluck some fruits. So he's come to prune. In 13, now I would not have you ignorant, brethren, that oftentimes I supposed to come to you, but was let herethrough, that I might have some fruit among you also, right? So fruit, see that fruit? I didn't highlight it. Fruit, so that I can have fruit among you. What is fruit? Right? So if we don't know what fruit is, we can't really understand what Paul is trying to say. Christ goes over fruits, and he does it here. You shall know them by their fruits. What are fruits? Fruits are how you act. Good fruits and bad fruits. Good fruits is honorable. It's good. You're wanting to help people. You're wanting to do what is right to people. You're wanting to live right for God. Your life is dedicated to God. And Jesus is going to go over the bad fruits. Those are the cunningness of the serpent, wanting to con people out of their money, wanting to make fun of people, wanting to put people down, calling people overweight, these kind of things. That's the bad fruit. And the bad fruit is used to purify the good fruit. You ever seen someone make fun of people and you couldn't stand it? You hated it. Made sure that you never would do that sort of thing. If you had not seen it, you may have been one of those who one day would have done it. Verse 17, even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. You have to be a part of the tree. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So there's both good fruit and there is bad fruit. And Paul here is bringing good fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. If your intentions are to help someone, if your intentions are to do good, that's the good tree. You're trying to bring forth good fruit in people. That is not kumbaya. That is not, I gotta be this nice angel. Your intentions is what God is looking at, is the heart. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So a corrupt tree is one that is always looking out for himself. He's not looking out for others. He's looking to take advantage of you. Not only one of these trees is going to stand. Every tree that brings not forth good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire. So what's the destination of people who want to take advantage of other people or not live right for God. Now, again, we're talking about the motive of the heart. Let's look at it at a sexual way. A boy who wants to take advantage of a girl would be an evil heart. I mean, that's all he wants. He's not wanting a relationship. He's not caring for the girl. It's just a relief for him. That would be of an evil heart. A rich man paying his workers very little, the least that he can get away with, so that he can be greedy with his money. These things are spoken of. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, James chapter 5. Should have added those, huh? But later on, those will come. But these things, these fruits are what Paul is fixing to point out. 14. Now, again, Paul is going to say, I am a debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarian, both to the wise and to the unwise. This is his ministry. So this is the second time that Paul is pointing this out, that he is of Christ. Now this is Ananias speaking with Paul in verse 15. And Ananias is saying to Paul what his service unto the Lord is going to be. And it also gives us a definition of a witness. Thou shalt be his witness unto all men. Now, what did he just got through saying? He said, I am indebted. It is my calling to all men. And what is it that he is called to? Of what thou hast seen and heard. So the things that Christ has spoken to him and the things that he has observed with his eyes, he is to speak unto all men. That's Paul's indebtedness. So as much as in me is, what he just got through saying, all that I have seen and all that I have heard, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are in Rome or at Rome also. Here is to confirm that with Christ. And Paul is confirming all this with Christ's words. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in the light, and what ye hear in the ear, preach ye into the housetops. Verse 16, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Now, notice he keeps the gospel of Christ. Paul always keeps a separation, gospel of Christ, gospel of Christ. For it is the power of God unto salvation. There's no other gospel that's going to lead to salvation. Not the gospel of Moses, which he is a witness, right? We just spoke of a witness, and Moses was a witness. And this is to everyone that believeth. So he's saying to the Jews, who does the Jews follow? Moses. And they saw Moses as a witness. And to also the Greek. So Paul's calling is to these two individuals. So Paul's calling is to these two individuals. So where is Paul coming up at? Why does he say, I am not ashamed of the gospel? In 33, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Don't be ashamed of the gospel. Don't be ashamed to be a Christian. Stand. Be bold. Paul also talks about this. He says we are fools for Christ. You know, we stand in ridicule. We let people get away with things that they shouldn't get away with. We're sheep led to the slaughter. I mean, we really are. And it's so that God can shine. What is salvation? What is this gospel? Right? It's the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. We went over that up in the top of this chapter. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith. As it is written, the just shall live by faith. Now, this is Hebrews chapter 12. I went over Hebrews 12. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will tarry. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, that's why I went to this scripture. If any man shall draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. It means continue in the faith, continue in your belief, continue in your walk. It's a struggle. You're used to seeing something in front of your face, and this is invisible. Yet you felt it, it's given you knowledge, and you know it's real. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition. Notice the description that's given. But of them that believe to the saving of the soul. That's why Christ says, when you see the kingdom, don't look back. Continue. Give everything. Don't pack a bag. There's nothing in the past that can't be restored in the future. You'll be restored anything that you've lost. Nothing back there is worth giving up your soul. So that was 12 to 17. And I hope I gave some kind of understanding of where Paul is coming from. I know that this is going slow and going deep, but I'm just trying to show where Paul is coming from and what he is laying out, where he is getting his confidence from. God bless y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed.